My God, it is so freaking cold. The other day I was gonna go do a first ride and I checked the weather out and it was freaking 40 degrees outside, which is pretty cold for here in Georgia. And I'm like, yep, not gonna go do that today. So after I had to cancel that shoot, I started thinking, I was like, I really need to get some cold weather gear so that way ideally I can ride in the cold. So I figured I'd make a video on the stuff I grabbed and we'll go see if it actually works and hopefully I can ride comfortably in the wintertime. Here's the stuff I grabbed. Also, I can't stand, do you guys see this little thing, this little stain thing? I love this shirt, but I hate that stain, so I don't know how to feel about it. Okay, here's what I got. So guys, the first thing, actually, I should probably put it on. Hold on. Look like I'm about to go do like a luge or something. Do I look more fit in this thing or what? No? Sweet. Yeah. First up on the list is this freeze out stuff. Now, I have had friends for literally years be like, Chase, have you tried this freeze out stuff? It works amazing. It's literally just this shirt that kind of makes you look cool and more fit. At least I kind of think it does. But this stuff is made to breathe, but keep your body temperature. So it keeps the heat in and breathes out. I don't know how the science works between those things, but I picked up this shirt and pants. You can't see the pants, but trust me, I have them. This stuff has been around on the market for a while now, but this is freeze out warmer. I don't know if it's like their upgraded freeze out, but the stuff is cheap. The shirt is less than 40 bucks. So as far as price for how warm you can get, freeze out should hypothetically be the best price stuff. So next up, we got batteries. Well, not. So the next item on the list is a Gerbing heated vest. My mentality was, if the freeze out keeps my heat in, if I put a heated vest on top, it'll be like an oven. So I grabbed this Gerbing heated vest. Now, I told you guys, the reason I'm getting all this stuff is so I can the main reason I'm getting all this stuff is primarily so I can go do first rides. So what I found out while researching a lot of this stuff is a ton of the heated gear out there is like plug into the battery of your bike, which is fantastic. I'm not gonna be able to access the battery for every single first ride or any first ride. So the majority of the stuff I was looking into was battery operated. So this thing has a little pocket. You see this little battery? You just click this battery on and this thing heats up. It's got 2 panels on the front and 1 panel on the back. So hopefully this vest can act as an oven. I also like the idea of if my wife and I go out to do a photography shoot or we're doing a wedding in the wintertime, I can just slip this thing on. I don't have to be riding. So I like the multi-purpose of the Gerbing vest. Gerbing? Let me know in the comments. Is Gerbing even the right way to say that? I don't know. I will say about this vest before we get into the review of it, it runs off these little batteries. You can get multiple of them and have multiple charged if you're gonna do a lot of time outside. But this little guy, this thing cost $40. You see this little guy? That's a $40 battery. Gerbing, I know you probably don't care, but it would be really cool if I could plug in to like a battery bank. Because I've got a lot of those. So like give me like a USB-C or hell, a micro USB, bruh. So at this point we've got the chest covered, AKA core, AKA the most important thing to keep warm when you're trying to be warm in the cold. Next up is the neckiest region. All right, so if you guys have ridden in the cold weather, you already know that if you ride long enough in the cold, that your neck gets to that cold level where like if something touches it, it feels like a samurai just come up and just like, you know, like you can touch your neck and you're like, oh my God, am I bleeding? No, you're not bleeding. Your neck's just really freaking cold. So I got this Alpine Stars. So I got this Alpine Stars neck warmer thing. Now the main purpose of this thing, the main purpose of this thing is to keep it on your neck so the wind doesn't hit your neck and keep your neck warm. Now, it's got these little, can you guys see these breathing? It's implied to me that if this has breathing holes, it's made to go over your face. One thing I'm kind of worried about is that if I put this thing on like this, right? When I put my helmet on, it's gonna go like this. So we'll see if that happens or not, but the main purpose is to get this thing around your neck so that it doesn't get cold. What I like about it is, watch. The freeze out stuff has the zipper that goes like halfway down, so you can put the Alpine Stars thing on, tuck it into your shirt, and then you zip up the freeze out. Now the neck thing is tucked into your shirt and it ain't gonna like flop around. Solid move. Your neck has got to be protected. Even if this thing gets pushed down, it's still gonna protect my neck. Okay, final thing, very important thing though. Hey, quick question. What's the most forward-facing piece of your body that is out into the elements when you're riding? As long as it's like a sport bike or a supermoto. You're right, maybe. Your hands. Those things get bombarded with a ton of wind while you're riding. Also, fun fact, that's like half of the controls on your motorcycle. So when these bad boys freeze up, you're really in a bad spot. So I got these Tour Master gloves. Now, they did come in on more of the expensive side. These things cost 280 bucks, but the reason I went with them was because, one, as you guys can see, these are winter gloves, but they're really not that thick. I have another pair of winter gloves over there. They don't have batteries in them. These do. But most winter gloves are so freaking thick, they're like mittens. And like, I don't really feel safe if I can't feel the controls on my bike. So I grabbed these, even though they're a little more expensive, because they look pretty thin. And I've put them on and I can actually like feel a lot for a winter glove, which is absolutely phenomenal. The best case scenario is my hands stay warm and I can still feel all my controls. Hopefully these guys do that. The way they do that is they have this little battery tucked into this little zipper pocket on the cuff. And once you charge those up, also fun fact that I found out, the batteries that these things are charged with is the same thing that the vest is charged with. So that you can get the same charger and charge all the batteries. Really worked out pretty well, thank God. Anyway, each glove has its own battery in the cuff, and then it has this little light or button that you press and a light will come on if you press it long enough. All right, so you guys can see that it's red. Push it again, it goes yellow, green, blue. When you click this button, it changes the color of the button, which also indicates how much heat the glove is gonna give out. So you've got 4 different levels. So yes, these were a little expensive. Hopefully they work out really well, because it would be really nice to have like one glove, like one pair of heated gloves that I have to wear in the wintertime, and then I can just have like normal riding gloves. I don't want to have like a ton of gloves for a ton of seasons. So hopefully these things will be pretty solid. They sure better be for $280. But regardless, heated gloves, super freaking important. Oh, final item is a ride apparel beanie, because inevitably you're gonna get to a destination in the wintertime and you don't wanna have helmet hair. So when you get there, you throw your ride beanie on and you can show everybody off that like, yeah, I just rode in that weather. I'm cool. Just kidding. This is a shameless plug for my ride apparel merchandise company. So if you wanna go check it out, it's really awesome and I actually like it, but this was just a shameless plug. So yeah, it does help you stay warm though. So it's on topic. Holy crap, this glove is already hot. Oh, I left it on red. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. I cannot wait to ride in that thing. I literally have to turn it on blue because it's getting too hot. All right guys, so that's the heated gear that I grabbed that is hopefully gonna make it so I can ride in the wintertime. Now this video would be pointless and boring if that was the end of it. So, it's about 40 degrees outside today. I've got a supermoto with no hand guards. I think it's a perfect time to go test all of this stuff out to see how well it works, and that way I can let you guys know, should you actually get some, all, few, any of these things. So let's go jump on the bike and finish this video up.
All right guys, so we're out here on this mildly cold day to test all this heated gear. So first up, we got the little gerbing vest. The one thing about using this gerbing vest, I think it works great, but I hate that I have to go all the way into that pocket to turn this battery on to then shove back in the pocket. It's just a little much, you know? All right, looks like we're all recording and good to go. I'm just gonna accept the fact that my face thing is gonna fall off. I'm gonna push this button and get these gloves turned on. Yeah, I can barely see that light, but we're gonna rock them out in red right now, which is their highest setting. Like I said, if I sound a little weird, It's because of the little mask thing. If you're gonna get one of the Alpinestars neck things, you get it so that the wind is off your neck. Don't even hope for it to work like on your nose and stuff. So like I was saying earlier, I rode to the mall with none of my heated gear on, and that's because I wanted to test if the batteries ran out, how would everything work. And I gotta say, for as cheap as this freeze out stuff is, it works oddly well. Like the freeze out stuff total was like, I think 60 bucks for the pants and the shirt thing, and they're amazing. They don't take any batteries or anything. And I'm also really impressed with these Tourmaster gloves. I've never had winter gloves that I could actually move my hands around, but I put these on for the first time and have not had any issues at all. I gotta move this thing off my mouth for real. Like, I feel like I can't even talk. Okay, my neck guard is now appropriately moved. That's sad. I kind of wish the neck thing would work better. I mean, it works fine for a neck warmer, like a neck thing to make sure the wind doesn't get to you, but I tried. I gave Alpinestars a try, and they failed me. But yeah, these gloves are actually fantastic, and I've got them on the highest temp setting, and my hands are getting toasty and warm. Your hands are some of the first things to just really, like, to start getting uncomfortably cold. You know, they're in the front of the bike, especially a bike like this, my Supermoto. There's no protection from the wind here. But even without the heat on, these gloves, my hands did not get cold riding all the way to the mall, which pretty phenomenal setup. So they're starting to feel good now. I love the fact that I get 3 levels or 4 levels of heat. That way you can just always wear these gloves and you don't have to have them on if you don't want to. But then there's lots of settings. So if you just want a little bit of warmth, that's really awesome. I really can't say enough good about the freeze out stuff because of how cheap it is. Like, the shirt, I know for a fact, was 39 bucks. That is by far, if you guys are gonna grab any of the stuff that I'm talking about in this video, grab the shirt. And for $39, it's really hard to beat that. So bang for your buck wise, I gotta go with that freeze out shirt. My legs never really get that cold when I ride, so the freeze out leg things are cool for when you need them. You know, again, they're a great value for the price. But my legs just never really get that cold unless I'm, you know, I got to be outside for a while for my legs to get that cold. So if I were to go back and order all this stuff again, I don't think I would get the head thing from Alpinestars. I would definitely get the freeze out shirt. Woohoo! And I would also get a pair of brakes. Shit! But for me, I ride so many different bikes and I do first rides, and you know, I'm not always on one bike. So for me, a battery pair of gloves ended up being the better option. What I really like about these is, one, I can, like I told you guys earlier, I can feel everything. I don't feel like it's a typical winter glove where I'm just holding like a marshmallow and I can't tell what I'm holding. But they also allow me to get on any bike and instantly I have heated gloves on. So I've also got this garbage, something like that. The wording is far too close to the word garbage. But I've got that heated vest on, which is working pretty solid. You know, I've got my rain jacket on here, so I've got multiple layers of wind protection. And like legit right now, guys, I've never felt my feet being cold. And I think typically because my legs get cold with my feet when I'm riding, but I am head to toe set up except for my shoes. And I can actually feel my feet getting cold right now. So it's an odd sensation. You know, you don't notice that until like that element or that piece of your body is exposed to the elements and nothing else is. But to be honest, we're in the mid to low 40s right now, which I know you people up in different states and stuff like, that's nothing. Low 40s is pretty chilly here in Georgia, and I don't feel anything. I would have absolutely no reservations anymore, regardless of what the temperature is outside. Now, as long as it's not freezing and raining. I don't mess around with freezing rain. If it was snowing a little bit, I could even like talk myself into that. But I gotta say, with all this gear on, it suddenly makes winter not the miserable time that riding typically is. A lot of people don't ride in the winter time here. And with this kind of gear, you know, suddenly that could open up winter riding for you. So like I said, if I was talking to you guys and I was like, hey, this is the stuff you should buy from this group of stuff, definitely the freeze out stuff. It's too cheap and works too well to not recommend that. You know, you're looking at 60 bucks and you could ride for it a whole month more in the year. I would pay that all day, every day. After the freeze out stuff, I'm going to recommend the gloves. Either a pair that is connected to your motorcycle if you're, you know, a one motorcycle rider, or I would recommend the battery powered ones. Those are the ones I've got on right now. These Tour Masters are absolutely phenomenal. This is actually the first Tour Master product I've ever purchased, and I'm obviously in a rich community, so that's cool. Alright guys, I'm gonna take it back to Chase in the studio, aka garage, and he will finish this video up. I'm gonna try to make it home. I don't know where that is. I'm gonna have to pull over and get my phone out. Oh man. Oh hell, we're going, son. Woo!
So, turns out that this stuff actually works, and works really well. I was actually getting hot in 40-degree weather, and I had to turn the heat settings on most of the stuff down so I wouldn't, like, I was about to start sweating in 40-degree temperature. That is freaking awesome. Well, it all worked mostly. The Alpine Stars neck thing, I'm really not sold on it. I know it only costs like around 20 bucks, but I would recommend if you want something to keep your whole head, get one of those whole head things that just has like this type of opening. Unless you're looking for just the neck thing, you know, and in that case, it works out pretty well. Also, side note, if you're wearing the freeze out thing and the Alpine Stars thing, you kind of look like you came off the set of Mortal Kombat, so that's really a plus. This is me trying to be like Mortal Kombat. You guys know how this stuff works at this point. I've left affiliate links down in the description if you guys want to check out any of the gear or purchase it for yourself. If you purchase from those links, massively appreciate it to you, because for no cost to you, I get a little bit of a kickback and it helps me run this channel. And guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. Make sure to hit that like button so I can get picked up into the YouTube algorithm and actually be successful with what I do on here. Make sure to subscribe if you like motorcycle content, and I'm gonna go cool down, which is a complete inverse of how I started this video. I will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, my friends? What the hell was that? All right, outro crew. In the spirit of Mortal Kombat, who was your favorite Mortal Kombat character? Mine? I want to say Scorpion, but I feel like Sub-Zero should be who I said because of this video. No, I can't. I'm gonna go Scorpion. Get over here. That's Spider-Man. That's... Get over it. Okay, yep. We're done here. Goodbye.